Bhumi, welcome to Bollywood Life. Thank you for
Thank
joining.
you.
Thank you for joining with us. I'm Russell De Silva. You obviously know it. Uh, it's been become a common factor for us to talk to you about good films, good content, and subsequently the success of your movies. And
Thank you.
Durgamati is again looking like that. It's looking like a success that not only will click, but not only will click monetarily, but will also remain in the audience's mind. तो सबसे पहले हमें बताइए आप ये स्क्रिप्ट चुनती कैसे है?
मैं ये स्क्रिप्ट चुनती कैसे हूँ यार, पता है मेरा फॉर्मूला कोई है नहीं। मेरा ना सिस्टम बहुत सिंपल है। जब मैं एक स्क्रिप्ट पढ़ती हूँ तो मुझे एक फीलिंग होती है अंदर कि यार ये ना मुझे कैरेक्टर बहुत डेस्परेटली करना है। आई जस्ट गेट अटैच्ड एंड दोज आर द फिल्म्स दैट आई ऑनेस्टली डू। And so far, touch wood, it's been a good run. And I'm sure Durgamati is only going to add on to it.
Uh, when you got this kind of instinct कि you want to do a character and everything in within you screams कि भाई कुछ भी करके मुझे ये करना ही है. At that time, then how does it become how difficult it becomes to sometimes probably say no to something, because I'm sure then there's a voice inside you that already also says कि मुझे ये character नहीं करना है. So how difficult that is?
I think people are quite professional, so they understand. It's also dependent on what headspace you are in, what your trajectory of films are. आप पास में कैसा क्या फिल्में कर चुकी हैं, so people understand because it's a professional call, right? क्योंकि by then फिर आपका करियर है तो आप वही करेंगे जो आपकी जिसमें कन्विक्शन हो.
जी.
तो it's जैसे मैं हाँ बोलती हूँ वैसे ही मैं ना बोल देती हूँ.
Okay.
With all honesty.
You are honest. Every time I've spoken to you, I mean to say this, that we've never got anything but honesty from you. On that note, have you seen Bhagamathie?
Yes, बहुत पहले देखी थी मैंने, and I've
Before this
actually
was offered to
watched
you.
it.
Before this was offered.
Yes, before this was offered to me, I'd seen it, and then I decided not to watch it because I did not, as an actor, because what Anushka did was so fantastic in Bhagamathi. I just didn't want to carry any of that with me in Durgamati. And yes, and I thoroughly enjoyed the film, and I think the soul of Durgamati is exactly what the soul of Bhagamathi was. And yeah.
So when adapting it, and when adapting both commercially and critically successful film from another industry to our industry, not that there's much a difference in the industries, but both as an art, as creative people, and also for the audience, what kind of changes do you all feel like? The small, minute details changes that may come. What do you all feel to inculcate in the script at that time?
I feel that in India, we are so fortunate, right? We have so many, we have like a pan India film fraternity, right? So every region has like a very successful film fraternity running there. So I feel to start off with, just culturally, there are certain things that could be different, and you kind of try and make, because a Hindi film is more, as I said, pan India, right? So culturally, maybe change a certain thing, but by the end of it, a film story is all about the emotion,
Yeah.
and the emotion will always be the same. So by matlab, it also depends on what the filmmaker wants to do. In Durgamati's case, Ashok Sir had directed the original as well.
Yes.
So he has directed this, and at the crux of it, it's the same.
Okay. With obviously unable to reveal much, Bhagmati had
हाँ.
a fantastic twist. Anybody who has seen it would know that. Now, for people who have watched that film, obviously, हम as an audience हमारे अंदर भी थोड़ी इच्छा होती है, अरे काश थोड़ा अलग देखने मिले. तो वो सारे ट्विस्ट वगैरह सब कुछ आपने लाया कि कुछ उसमें कुछ चेंजेस किया टू प्रेजेंट समथिंग न्यू फॉर पीपल हु हैव वॉच्ड.
यार उसके लिए तो आपको फिल्म देखनी पड़ेगी. But I promise you that there's a lot of freshness in the film, that even though you have watched Bhagamathi, and there might be many who have, right? Because again, it's a loved film. I think the Hindi version will be enjoyed equally, because I feel when there's a different cast, when the technicians are different, when the crew is different, the makers are different, there is a certain amount of difference in the vision that comes in. We've had many examples. I think last year, even if I think of like, Kabir Singh, right? It did like so well. Even like the Hindi version, it was so similar to the original. I think the people involved in the project bring a certain amount of freshness. And yeah, so I won't reveal a lot, but you watch it and you tell me.
Okay, there is something about your characters whenever we see you, be it Sankiya, be it Pati Patni or wo, even be it Bala. There is this no nonsense, no holds barred, even if I would say a badass attitude, regardless whether you play someone from the city or someone from the village, standing up for what you believe in and not
Yes,
inch to anyone. Is this
yes.
is this a common thread you like to see in the characters you portray, both because it probably appeals to you as an artist and something you like to project for women out there?
Absolutely. I try very hard to uplift my gender through my work. I feel very fortunate that being an actor, I can reach out to so many people. I don't want to be preachy. The idea is not to take a nail and like, kind of hit it on people's heads. In a very, and films is the best medium to do this, right? So, बहुत प्यार से I try and pick up like these different women that stand up for their rights, that have that can become great examples. And I think it's something that comes naturally to me, and through my work, I'm going to continue doing that as much as possible because I feel it's extremely, extremely important to kind of make that gap closer.
The kind of films you're doing, I wouldn't say all of them have been women-centric or women-oriented films. They're pretty strong characters. But this kind of women-centric films, they have probably not been there in so much propensity, but from the days of Mother India, they have existed. And you have seen many other films like Khoon Bari Mang and all, wonderful films. Uh, और वो फिल्मों को लोग एज अ फिल्म देखते थे और उनको पसंद भी करते थे. There is a section, you will be well aware of this, even in our media. Moment of women-centric films comes out, there's अरे यार ये फिर से हमें भाषण देने आई है and all these things. What is कहाँ से उनको ये चैलेंज लगता है? Because when it comes to a hero dominated film, सब लोग बोलते हैं अरे चलो मजा आ जाएगा. इसमें वो लोग वो मजा नहीं देखते, उनको चैलेंज क्यों लगता है?
This is actually a very good question, Russell. What happens is na ki as a society we do not want to come face to face with our demons. तो इसलिए उनको लगता है अरे यार फिर से पकाएंगे मजा नहीं होगा. अब ये बदलाव तो ऑडियंस ही ला सकती है, तो आहिस्ते आहिस्ते हो रही है, राइट? अगर आप पिछले कुछ सालों में देखिए, ऐसी फिल्में कई आई हैं that have been helped by many of my colleagues that have done tremendously well. And I feel a movie's primary job is to entertain the audience. But at the same time, it has to leave you behind with a thought. I feel only then cinema is successful, right? That is the school of cinema that I believe in. So when you look at like Akshay Sir, right? Akshay Sir's films do exactly that. They entertain you, but then they leave you behind with a strong message. I feel कि जितनी हम ये woman centric, even though I hate using the word, and the idea is कि दुर्गामती जैसी फिल्में मैं इसलिए करना चाहती हूँ क्योंकि मैं ना ये कॉन्सेप्ट ही निकाल देना चाहती हूँ. It is not about woman centric, it is about a character, and you're seeing that character's story, you're seeing that character's journey. And in that journey you will have fun, you will laugh, you will cry, there'll be times that you will feel empowered, and the conversation will change, and it will exactly happen when more women lead the show. And it's just not in front of the camera, also behind the camera, right? You need more women content creators. You need more women to produce films, to direct films. And, me being somebody who is empowered, the idea is to empower as many women as possible.
Power to that. There is another thing that has changed a lot in Hindi cinema. If you notice, till the 90s, early 90s, a lot of Hindi movies were adapted in the South. Amar Akbar, Dawn, Trishul, Dharmendra साहब की फिल्में जुगनू वगैरह. पैराडाइम शिफ्ट आ गया. अभी सारी साउथ की फिल्में मोस्टली हिंदी में अडेप्ट हो रही है. ये as somebody who is deeply involved in industry, in the creative process, ये आपको क्या लगता है ये शिफ्ट कैसे आ गई है?
यार मुझे लगता है जैसे योर क्वेश्चन एक्चुअली हैज द आंसर, राइट? तो देर आर, जैसे आपने कहा कुछ टाइम पहले हिंदी फिल्मों को करते थे, अब वहाँ की फिल्मों को यहाँ कर रहे। देखिए देश तो हमारा एक ही है, भाषाएं अनेक है।
जी
तो अगर कोई स्ट्रॉन्ग स्टोरी होती है जो शायद एक ऐसी भाषा में ना बनी हो जो एक मेजोरिटी ऑफ पॉपुलेशन को समझ आए, तो अगर हम उसको अडेप्ट करें, व्हाई नॉट? बाय द एंड ऑफ इट हम यही चाहते हैं कि स्ट्रॉन्ग कहानियां हिंदुस्तान और दुनिया के जितने लोगों तक हो सके पहुंचे। That's why people are adapting it. It's not like, they're picking up anything that's made down south and changing it. Films that have done well, films that are good, that have some kind of soul, are the films that are being picked up. And why not? हम इतने plays को भी, back in the day हम plays से inspiration लेते थे, right?
जी
और अभी हम वो फिल्मों से कर रहे हैं। So I think this is something that won't stop. ये तो चलता रहेगा। अभी हम साउथ की फिल्मों को देख रहे हैं, अब बाकी फ्रेटर्निटीज, दे पंजाबी फिल्में देखी, देयर सम रियली गुड वंस दैट दे स्टार्टेड मेकिंग, मराठी फिल्म्स। आई एम श्योर the even these different languages would now start getting picked up, because the search is always good for a good story.
This one thing that an OTT platform has brought about is it has brought about a lot of versatility in artists. Like the artists which we used to probably see doing a certain type of role, uh, they are doing a lot more on OTT platforms. For example, Arshad Warsi. Okay, we used to see when we thought about Arshad Warsi, we thought about Circuit, we thought about Golmaal.
Yeah.
After Asur, we
Yeah.
at least a common audience think about him in a whole different
Yeah.
way. Is this also the reason why our filmmakers are probably also thinking of Arshad Warsi when it comes to casting him now in different roles?
No, yeah. I think anybody who's in the fraternity already knows how great an actor Arshad sir is. I'm a fan. So for me to be able to share screen space with him was actually very, very exciting. He is one of the most versatile. I mean, see what he did in Jolly LLB, right? He was
Yeah.
so great. He's always done, like, lighter comedy based parts, because I think that's something he thoroughly enjoys, because he's such a fun person. When you're working with him, he's constantly like, he's fun energy. But I feel for actors, what OTT platforms have done is that we've also had a lot of opportunities of different kind of roles that are being written. Because this is the place where a lot of, not experimenting, this is a place जहाँ पे निडर होके writers लिख रहे हैं, जहाँ पे fresh नया content जो आपकी ऑडियंस को इंस्पायर करे, जो बाउंड्रीज ब्रेक करे, जो एक आउट ऑफ द बॉक्स सोच होती है, वो इन मीडियम पे हम देख रहे हैं. सो आई थिंक फॉर एक्टर्स इट्स एक्साइटिंग. अब मुझे लग रहा है कि स्लोली एंड स्टेडीली हम ऐसे नैरेटिव फिल्मों में भी देखना शुरू करेंगे. आई मीन, इफ यू सी व्हाट Arshad sir has done in Durgamati is outstanding.
Yeah, I have no doubt. I have no doubt because a long time ago he had done a movie called Seher, which unfortunately not many remember that now, where he played a cop, which was very different.
He's so good.
Yes. Bhumi, coming back to your success ratio, touch wood, it has been amazing. I think so. Your success,
Yeah.
not just critically, because you would also agree commercial success is as important.
Absolutely, absolutely,
That helps to
100%.
go critically acclaimed work also to sell that work.
Absolutely.
You have probably a above 90% success ratio. That is a very inviolable thing for any actor in the industry. You did a very, very good film, loved film critically, it won a lot of awards.
Yeah.
Son Chiriya. Okay.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that did not work at the box office. Do you think so? Now that the OTT medium has bloomed in such a way post lockdown, we will probably get to see certain projects like Son Chiriya that probably work better on OTT platforms?
I don't believe in any kind of demarcation. I just feel like our audience needs to be excited about watching good content, be it a theatrical release or be it on an OTT platform, right? I feel what OTT does is that the format is different. It's not the same format, but I definitely do believe that people appreciate good content a lot more on like an Amazon Prime Video. right? Because the pressure of box office isn't there. You're purely making this because you really want to make an impact with your product,
Yeah.
and you really are doing it. I think what happens on these platforms is literally moments of creative genius. And for me, Sonchiriya was that. I think what Chaube did was definitely a moment of creative genius. So I don't know how would it do, how would it not do, but I would say it's a very exciting time for actors and writers to be here right now.
Okay, finally, before going, two questions. A, was Durgamati always intended to be an OTT release, or considering the circumstances, you'll have to shift to the platform? And B, considering these bridges are now being blurred and things are just merging with each other, would you also be open to doing a web series?
I think I don't know. Oh, definitely. I think I would want to eventually, do something um, on the platform. But when I don't know, I'm looking for something. It has to be बहुत हटके. My films keep me very creatively satisfied.
Hmm.
So it has to be something that I haven't really done or gotten yet. So again, the level of my expectations are very high. तो अगर कुछ अच्छा आएगा जरूर, क्यों नहीं करूंगी यार. आजकल ना सब बदल गया है, दुनिया बदल गई है, right?
जी.
Like today, everybody is on the platform watching shows. Like I am like one of their biggest consumers, and everybody I know around me. So why not? I mean, look at the reach that the platform has, right? Like an Amazon Prime Video has takes you to 200 countries.
True, true.
That's unheard of. There are
Yeah.
people that watch your films in different languages with subtitles, and the love and the fan base that you make is immense. I mean, I want to go in every household, and I want everybody in the world to watch my film. So
That
I'm
they already
glad
doing,
that.
Bhumi. That they already doing. So that goes without saying.
Thank you so much,
Yeah.
Russell. That was really sweet, and this was a really fun chat.
The first part about Durgamati, whether it was always intended to be an OTT release, so you all had to change it considering the theatrical situation.
No, I think the film was intended for a cinematic experience, but for me, Amazon Prime Video is literally the best collaborators that we could have had. Because as I said, right, I'm a greedy actor. I want my film to be watched by as many people as possible and to be loved by as many people as possible. And for me, I feel Prime Video is a very Indian. It has a lot of mass appeal,
Yeah.
which I love about the platform. So, and also with the way this year has been, right? I think us as actors, it is and as creative people, I think it is our duty to entertain our audiences, especially with the kind of heartbreaking things that are happening around. So I feel very fortunate that my film is coming at a time, and I really hope that those 2 hours, 20 minutes that people watch Durgamati, it kind of takes them away from, whatever they are experiencing in life and gives them like a happy, good, fulfilling experience.
Okay. Future projects के बारे में कुछ कहना चाहोगे आप दर्शकों से?
बधाई दो के बारे में कह सकती हूँ क्योंकि उसकी अनाउंसमेंट हो गई है, but 2021 a lot is going to happen in 2021 because there's so much work from this year that's been shifted. Very excited to start work with Rajkumar. It's a great franchise, so hopefully आप लोग को भी मजा आएगा वो फिल्म देख के.
जरूर आएगा. आपका सारा काम देखकर हमें मजा ही आता है और इसी तरह हमें प्लीज एंटरटेन करते रहिए और इनलाइटन भी करते रहिए.
थैंक यू सो मच. 11 दिसंबर को आ रही है दुर्गामती, तो प्लीज देखिएगा Amazon प्राइम वीडियो पे.
देखना मत भूलिए. भूमि खुद आपके घर पे आ रही है, आपको थिएटर जाने की जरूरत नहीं है. सो दैट इज द बिगेस्ट एडवांटेज. थैंक यू सो मच भूमि. As always, a complete pleasure talking to you. And
Thank you, Russell. Be safe, be good.